She can't get herself help. She can't get herself out of it. It's just the saddest thing that she just has to deal with it by herself on her own.
Please, Mommy.
Wow, the prosthetics. I've never done so much prosthetics in my life. What time did I start? I don't know, 6 o'clock in the morning until like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I had casts that were done in New York just to create the molding of my body. You know, the proto-molecule just growing all over her body. Amazing how they made it look so gore and yet so beautiful.
Wait.
They don't know what they're about to find. Finally, this huge quest that he's been going on for months is about to pay off, and Miller busts in the door, and somebody that he's been pursuing is not just dead, it's like horribly transfigured, and it's a heartbreaking moment for Miller.
She just dies on her own, and she takes her last breaths, and that's it. She's gone.
Part of the mystery of the books is what exactly is the proto-molecule? Where does it come from? What is its power? Essentially, in our story, our bad guys or villains, you know, really what they've set up is a giant petri dish on Eros. Hundreds of thousands of people will be infected with this thing. For what purpose? We don't know yet. And Julie died trying to unravel this thing. So now it's personal for Miller. Now it's his personal cause to pick up the torch where Julie left off and finish this.
Okay, I'd say we're all in a bit of trouble here. So why don't we just figure out...
What are you doing following Julie?
Miller, he doesn't know what to do with his rage. All he's looking for is a target.
What happened to her? What happened to her? Settle down!
All he wants to get is revenge, and that's why he kind of goes a little bit on a rampage.
Hey.
And they're two guys with completely different MOs.
You a medic?
Ice hauler.
Great.
You know, Holden is still kind of holding on to this idea of being a good guy. It's really a sort of Butch and Sundance is how we pictured it.
I've never shot anyone.
Half the system thinks you're some kind of outlaw hero, but you're really kind of clueless, aren't you?
Well, then thank God I got you here.
A lot of humor, but also two guys who really don't like each other, but have to rely on each other to survive.
Grew up in a goddamn pachinko parlor. Sure as shit don't want to die in one.
By the time the two of these guys, sick with radiation poisoning, managed to get each other out of this place, they bonded together in a way that we're definitely going to play into season 2 of the show.
I think it's a shocking and very difficult moment for Holden in the pachinko parlor.
Yeah!
Where they kill this man with their hands. It's kind of a baptism by fire.
It is that first sort of inkling of Holden absorbing some of Miller's way of operating, and it's him crossing a little bit into the dark side.
Right on time, as usual. Christian Avasarala, I trust you remember Jules Piramau.
It's a pleasure to see you again, madame.
Avasarala has been betrayed by her own friends.
You all right?
Yes, she's expecting. She knows sooner or later somebody is gonna put the dagger in her back.
If Aaron Wright really did have Frank killed, then you're not safe here either.
She's in a nest of vipers where one of the most highly placed men on Earth is causing a war that she has to figure out a way to stop.
I think she's a chess player who never loses, and suddenly she finds herself in the midst of a game that she doesn't understand.
The stubborn old woman. Eyes locked on yesterday's game.
If you look into her eyes, you're scared.
What she's gonna do next, only God knows with Avasarala.
You guys look like shit.
Miller has gone from being a corrupt cop to somebody who has rejected all of that and gone to find a woman who committed herself to the cause of the belt. Ultimately, Miller commits himself to the cause of the belt on her behalf.
The blood's on the wall, Baratheons! Are we gonna rise up?
Holden is a guy who starts the season as someone who ran away from responsibility, a natural leader who didn't actually want to lead. He's now the captain of a ship with 3 other people who depend upon him and look to him as their leader.
You waited. Knew I was right about you.
That's what the entire season has kind of led to. These stories kind of intersect and finally land together.
Being in charge is a shit job. You can have it. I miss my little family. The way you see us on screen as the Rosie crew is how we are, and I love being with those boys. I think we should take that from the top. I couldn't have wished for a better group of boys to shoot with.
You have blood on you.
not mine. So we'll be back to do it all over again.